Good afternoon, folks. Time to wrap things up. Henry is still on guard and doing his job, so we might get an occasional bark, but he usually doesn't let go and start barking without ending, so we may have some punctuation here as we go along. We had a good day today. Trading, we wanted to sell the 29 to 31 area that had the high right at 33. We wanted to buy 20 to 22. The low was 22.75. We guessed a couple hours ago that we'd be closing this market around 28. So we've had our first round of selling. Right here, we're definitely dealing with a B, and we've got pretty good support, 15 to 20, with a low volume number at 14.5. As per this morning, as long as we stay below this 32.35 area, this market can sell and retest support. So we do have some news tomorrow, but it won't be as important as this morning's news. We have housing starts plus 1.028, which would be higher than last month. Permits plus 1.05. CPI, both core and CPI, at plus 0.2%. So they'll be looking at starts and then probably a little bit at permits to kind of gauge where we have where the market is. So right now we got ourselves an outside day with a close in the middle, and that typically yields a trading range. This would further the idea that Wednesday's FOMC will hold the market in a range too. So I'm looking for a trading range, again, selling 30 to 35, support at 15 to 20, and prepared to sell failure to take out 30 to 35, and can buy against support at 15 to 20. What does the F2 screen tell us? Okay, if you're going to be really effective as a profile trader, you're going to have to learn how to split profiles. And that's the key, knowing where distributions start and where they end and where you are in the current distribution. So right now we're dealing with a B with pretty good support at 20. You put it all together, and reasonable resistance in that 33-35 area. We've got a P today with volume above times. It's fairly strong, so this market could trade up pretty easily. So last rotate up stopped at 30. We'll make 30.32, sell 1. 34.36, sell 2. On the buy side at 27, I'm going to play for a little lower, so we'll make 20.22 buy. And then 15 to 17 buy 2. And the idea is that with the FOMC on Wednesday, we can't take it too high or take it too low. Okay, the things seem pretty quiet out of the Ukraine. There has been no explosion with the cutoff of gas. They did give the Ukrainian out. They said you'll have to pay for what you get as you get it right now. So it wasn't, they weren't totally brought to their knees. Kind of like they they can have a debit card as long as there's cash in the bank account, right? No credit cards. And that certainly will curtail or keep government spending in check, if you know what I mean. Okay, looking at the note, again, inside day, that tends to yield a trading range, and that fits with Wednesday's FOMC announcement, where no change is expected. So we've got support basically at 23.28 to the buck, And we got really good resistance at 20 to 24, and we're currently at 10 inside of that. So this screen says trading range. And if you put this together with what we have over here, you're talking about a B for sure. And that's what the correct split should look like on this. Basically a trading range, though. Pretty good selling above 126, pretty good buying below 123. And this market tends to trade in 2 to 3 point ranges. Okay, we have a P shape today with volume above time, so that says we can trade higher. We've come off the lows pretty nicely. So we've got resistance definitely 16 to 19. So the issue is, are we going to sell 13s to 17s or 15s to 19s? So let's make it 14 to 18 for sell 1. And then 23, 27 for sell 2. On the buy side, give them a little room to the downside, but we'll make it 4 to 8 for buy 1. And 29 to 01 for buy 2. And like I said, we'll look for a trading range market. Okay, the knob spread held today, and it'd be pretty hard to see the knob spread selling given what's going on in the rest of the world. But its profile is not as strong as the nodes, so I'll bring the sell in a little bit, but not a whole lot. So last rotate stopped at 4. And if the E-mini crashes or craters this afternoon, we don't want to be short the financials. So I'll make 3 to 7. 11 to 15, sell 2. On the buy side, last rotate stopped at 26, so 25, 21, buy 1. Pretty much where we were this morning, 13 to 17, buy 2. Okay, gold's pretty quiet. I don't think they can break it out or take it down until things are resolved. Resistance held. We've got the breakout that came from the 65 area. We're currently at 73. So we like 70, 72 this morning. The breakout came fairly from the 65 area. So getting stops below 70 will make 69, 71, buy 1. And we'll make 65 plus or minus buy 2. Don't really like the short side, but if London fails to take out 75, 77, I can get short there. And then basically 80 to 82 for sell 2. On gold and crude, I don't think going home short overnight, unless you got plenty of loot in the account, is the way to play it, because the explosive move would be to the upside, in my opinion. I don't see any type of news that would come out that would make the bottom fall out of the market right now. Thank you, Chaz. See you bright and early. Okay, crude is quiet, but there's a lot at stake with Iraq's barrels, and I could not imagine, the fight or the war spilling into Iran right now. These people with a religious philosophy have no qualms about dying, and the idea of being able to martyr yourself attacking a Sunni or vice versa is pretty compelling with these people. So what I can see happening is a consolidation of Baghdad, Tehran, and then north of Baghdad. That would be the Shia side of it. Then north of Baghdad towards Damascus, a consolidation between the Sunnis and Syria, and that could have some big import. And you'd have a region from Tehran through northeast of Damascus, where these guys can pretty well have the run of the land. So that's not good. It's not good for the United States. So we have a seller right now, 25 to 50. I'll just leave it that way. And 75 to 108. The seed has been planted, 116. Doesn't mean we're going to get there, but the seed has been planted. We'll leave, we had 106.50 to 75 as our buy. We'll make it 25 to 50, give it a little room to the downside, on the idea that the fighting doesn't get any worse than it was today, and so it might take it down a little bit. But unless you can deliver in, you'd be really, really hesitant as a speculator to be short. Doesn't mean you couldn't be short and make a hell of a lot of loot, but there's a lot of risk associated with that trade too. And one of the things that you have to assess as a trader is the risk reward. And there's some great trades that could put a lot of money in the account, but they're just too risky to take with any kind of meaningful size. And if you're a 1 or 2 lot trader, you best leave them alone. Okay, we have news tomorrow, starts and permits that could affect the euro. I like the idea of selling against 36, and right now buying the 35 and a quarter area seems reasonable. So I think we'll leave it the same on the euro. So we'll make a 90 to the buck sell. And then 15 to 25 for sell 2. And on the buy side, last rotate down was 58. We're currently at 74. I think we can do a little bit better than that. So 40 to 50 for buy 1. And then our 15 to 25 for buy 2. And because of the FOMC, we'll look for a fairly quiet day tomorrow in this market too. That's it, folks, for June the 16th, 2014. See you bright and early in the AM. Y'all have a great evening. It's a hot one here with humidity to match. Makes me feel like I'm in Columbia, South Carolina, Houston, places like that. Y'all have a good evening. I'm out of here.